per source and reports, pound Eagles Derek Barnett contract numbers. They are not bad. 2-year deal with the Eagles worth $14 million, $13 million guaranteed. What are you talking about? Elliott Shore Parks, the Derek Barnett contract is a steal for the Eagles. What the hell are you talking about? Nick Sirianni says Derek Barnett has high football IQ. What are these people smoking? Dallas still stinks. I don't know. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. You know, we got a few things to talk about in this video. I probably should make this 2 different videos, but I can't. I got a lot of things going on. This Derek Barnett signing, this contract, we got to talk about this. Okay, not to mention Howie spoke, Nick Sirianni spoke, and I was starting to go there. They were starting to mesmerize me. They were starting to convince me. And then bam, slap in the face. Nick Sirianni wakes me up. I'll tell you all about it in a second. But before we do all that, I got to say, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss any football, any Eagles stuff, any reactions. April is almost upon us. We got 3 mock drafts coming. We got the draft. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be insane. You don't want to miss it. Secondly, if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check, double moonwalk check you're still subscribed. YouTube's been unsubscribing people. Don't know why. Happening not just on my channel, but other channels as well. Just make sure you're still subscribed because you don't want to miss it, man. It's going to get crazy. I'm telling you, it's going to get busy over the course of the next month. Also, today, 4:30 Eastern, I will be going on Dan Sileo's show. I'm looking forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. Interesting to hear. I'm going to be interested to hear his take on Jacob Media. I will put a link in the description. I need Dingbat Nation to show up in droves. Show up. Let's double moonwalk some ass, and it's going to be fun. Now, let's get into this. I'm going to start with the Derek Barnett thing. Serenity now. Serenity now. I got to make sure. Damn, I look good. You notice I shaved. I got a haircut. I look good. I told you it had to happen. Matrimonial duties needed to be done, and we didn't need any interruptions. And yeah, I really look like Denzel Washington today. Definitely. Just somebody just asked me for my autograph. I said it's not me. But anyways, let's talk about this Derek Barnett thing. I have to try to calm down before we talk about Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett is a trigger word for me. Okay, for those that don't know, who haven't seen any of my football live streams, he sets me off more than anybody on the team right now. He's taken at least 5 years off my life, and it looks like we're going to get another 2 years off my life before it's all said and done. But last week, the Eagles, they signed him. If you see my reaction video or not, I don't know, but go check it out. But we all have been waiting for this Derek Barnett contract to come out. And it took like a week for this contract to come out. Why? I don't know why it took so long. But it finally comes out today. And at first, we get tweets like this. Howard Eskin, per source and reports, Eagles and Derek Barnett contract numbers. They are not bad. I don't know how he can say this is not bad. 2-year deal with the Eagles worth $14 million, $13 million guaranteed. To me, that sounds bad, okay? Then you get Dave Zangaro. He says, Derek Barnett's 2-year contract with the Eagles is worth $14 million with $13 million guaranteed. According to a league source, there are voidable years to spread out the cap hits. Cap hit in 2022, $2.6 million. Cap hit 2023, $4 million cap hit, let's say. So, to me, I'm thinking, you know what? That isn't good. That isn't good at all. What are they talking about? You know what I mean? I don't get it. To me, that sounds not too good. And then they started changing at least what they originally said. So it's kind of hard to know what his contracts really are. Dave Zangaro says, deleted a former post about Derek Barnett's contract. So he deleted the one I just read to you. He says the important parts after diving in is you can look at this as a 1 year, $5.5 million deal for Barnett. He can return in 23 for $8.5 million. Used void years for cap purposes. Cap hit in 2022, 2.6. Cap hit in 23, $4 million. So, to me, it really sounds like you're getting two different scenarios. If it's essentially a $5.5 million deal this year, then how's it $13 million guaranteed? I don't know. I don't get it. But I'll say this. To me, Derek Barnett getting $5.5 million for 1 year is too much money. It is too much money. He ain't worth it. He's worth about $2 million a year, if that. That's still $1 million per sack. Okay? See, what I don't like about this whole Derek Barnett situation is this. We've gone from saying, here's a first-round pick who was the 14th overall pick that is supposed to be a foundational piece, a defensive end for the future, a double-digit sack guy, broke Reggie White sack records in college. We've gone from that being the standard that is set for him to this new standard. Hey, he's a high IQ guy, good football player, good team guy. He's a rotational piece. We just want to rotate him in there. He knows the system. He knows the city. These are the things that we now accept with Derek Barnett. He's still making too much money. It was a bad signing. And nobody can convince me otherwise. You can't do it. Nobody can do it. I don't believe it. I think he stinks. All right? The only person that can change my opinion of Derek Barnett as a football player, this is not personal, by the way. I think he's probably a great guy. He's probably a nice guy, great character guy, all those things I have no issues with. But on-field production stinks. When you have more penalties than sacks, you stink. When you're supposed to be, coaches saying you're a high IQ guy, and you're blowing games for your team with bad penalties, where's the IQ? That doesn't sound like what they're saying he is. This was an ego signing by Howie Roseman, in my opinion, because he wanted to say, look, here's another check. I gave another draft pick of mine a second contract. I don't know. All these tweets, to be honest, have confused the hell out of me. Is he getting $13 million guaranteed, or is he getting $5.5 million and you can void the rest of the $8.5? So, and then there was a thing where Eskin put something about $1 million per every week you're on an active roster. That's $17 million. What the hell are you talking about? So I don't know. I just know it's too much. $5.5 million for 1 year to me is too much. I would have taken a chance on a 5th-round pick, get somebody off the practice squad. I still think you can get his production. 2 sacks, 2.5 sacks, and 20 total tackles. I'm sure you could find that for a lot better value. I would have, if they really gave him $13 million guaranteed, I would have rather took Jadeveon Clowney for 1 year and gave him $13 million and had him. Anyways, I don't get it. I don't get it. But that's the Eagles with Derek Barnett. It is what it is. Okay, so now let's get into a little bit of Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni, both press conference. There's team meetings today, this week, for the NFL, rule changes, all those kind of things going on. But yesterday, Howie Roseman spoke, and he talked about how this team isn't in win-now mode. They're not all in right now. They're still building foundational pieces. And he was talking about how they really like Jalen Hurts, and they really want to get him weapons and put things around him. And he made it sound really good, right? And you listen to him, you're going, yeah, I understand that, except for a few things about Derek Barnett, right? But you're thinking, okay, he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, we understand, we try, we don't want to spend money. We're still building for the future. We're still building for the future. And that sounds absolutely great, right? It sounds great. And then you hear Nick Sirianni today. And Nick Sirianni's talking the same thing. We're building a future. We've got young guys. I really believe in these wide receivers. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, my cannoli-eating friend and Howie Vision are I'm getting mesmerized. I'm getting put in Howie Vision, and I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to think, okay, yeah, I understand. Until Nick Sirianni said this. Nick Sirianni acknowledges everyone on the team, including himself, had rough patches last year, but he says Fletcher Cox is still a dominant player against the run and can get after the passer. Also, he says, and this is where I got smacked back to reality. He says Derek Barnett is everything they want in a football player. Everything they want in a football player. What are you talking about? What is he talking about? He's nothing you want in a football player. Penalties, goals all sides, a roughing the passer in key situations, 2.5 sacks, 20 tackles, first round pick, 14th overall first round pick, and this is what you get. That isn't everything you want in a football player. Maybe it's everything you want in a choir boy. Maybe it's everything you want in a neighbor or friend. It's not what you want in a football player. And boom, he woke my ass up. Everything you're hearing from Howie Roseman, everything you're hearing from Nick Sirianni, it's what they have to say. It's just what they have to say. Okay, that's the truth. They have to talk good about the players on their team. They have to sound positive about the young guys. Partly because some of it is true, sure. But some of it is what they have to say. Actions speak louder than words. That's what I was always taught growing up. Your actions speak louder than words, okay? I tell my kids all the time, actions speak louder than words. Don't tell me, show me. And when you look at the totality of this offseason so far, for a team to say that, hey, we believe in Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is our guy. Then to go out and so far, and this is to this point right now, this can change with a move. So, they can make a move or two and they'll be like, all right, cool, get it. But right now is where we sit. They haven't done anything to put help around Jalen Hurts. And I feel like I can't help it, but in my gut, I get this sick feeling like they're trying to set this guy up for failure. Maybe not on purpose. Maybe that's not, but they're going to set this guy up for failure because they're not putting weapons around him. Now, let's say they don't want to go out and trade for the Kalen Zacharias or somebody like that, right? They don't want to trade for these guys because they don't want to spend the money, okay? And they draft a guy. Let's say they draft Traylon Burks, somebody like that. I'm just throwing his name out there, first name that came to my mind. So they go and they draft a guy, to get a rookie and assume that he's going to come in and be Justin Jefferson, he's going to be Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase. It's not likely. A lot of times it takes these young wide receivers a while to get going. If you really truly want to help Jalen Hurts, don't you want to put something around him right now that could dramatically help him? And if you have to pay to do it, you do it, because you know why? You have to make an important evaluation about Jalen Hurts. Is he the quarterback of the future or not? The Eagles don't know. They can say, and they can come on these press conferences, and they can act like they know, and they can make you feel like they know, and they're happy with him. But the actions of the last year have proven otherwise. Deshaun Watson, Eagles connected him for over a year, sending private eyes, talking to his lawyers. Russell Wilson trying to make an offer to Seattle, found out he wasn't interested going to the East Coast. All these things show something else. So what my point is it sounds great hearing them say certain things. And I think certain things are true. I do think that they're not in all-in mode right now. I do think they're building for their future. It's just that I think they're building something without knowledge right now of who their quarterback is. And I think that if you're trying to build a roster around a headless leader, it's kind of hard. You have to either, right now in my opinion, go out and get a veteran wide receiver. Go out and get somebody who can legitimately help Jalen Hurts. And then let's see how he improves. If he doesn't improve enough, then you go out and you get quarterbacks. They're not drafting 3 guys in the first round. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're going to trade one of those first-round picks away for a first-round pick next year because they may need a quarterback. It's an insurance policy. But my sense is that the truth of what they're really doing is they're saying, we'll build our defense, we'll take value guys, and we'll build through the draft because our quarterback, as of now, is not on the team. We just can't say that. Unless Jalen Hurts goes out and proves us wrong, we're going to go and plan for another quarterback. They're going to draft a quarterback in the next 2 years. It looks like it's going to happen. That's just the reality of it. I don't like it. I think it's the wrong move. I think the move is to put a player, a good upgrade wide receiver on the other side of Jalen Hurts, DeKalen Metcalf, somebody DeKalen Zacharias Metcalf, or whoever, but upgrade the position with a veteran, with somebody that can come and play right away and you know what you're going to get. Somebody with stability, somebody that can help Jalen Hurts. And then let's see what he can do. Let's give this kid all the help he needs, and then let's see. And if he's not the guy, it'll be a lot easier to recognize it. Remember, after next year, he's up for an extension. They're going to have to, at some point, pay this man quarterback money, decent quarterback money. Quarterbacks are expensive. You think wide receivers are expensive? Quarterbacks are expensive. So what I take out of the press conference of both of them, and I thank Nick Sirianni for waking my ass up, because I was getting hypnotized by Howie vision, But you've got to build around him. You say you want to build around him. You say you're still building, and you're not winning all in and winning. That's fine. Listen, you could get a veteran wide receiver who's 25 years old, 26, he's your future. You could bring him in to be part of your future. So there's no excuse. But this team's got to go out, and they got to do what they're saying. Build around Jalen Hurts this year, and let's see what he gets. Now, I get crap for this. People get mad at me. I'm actually trying to help Jalen Hurts. I'm trying. I want him to have every opportunity so that we can make a good decision. And I feel like they're saying some things that are good, but they're not doing it. As of right now, things can change. Maybe they make a big trade for Metcalf on draft night. Totally possible. But until then, I'm a little worried. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And of course, don't forget, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. The Barnett stuff is confusing because there was multiple things put out. I still can't figure out whether it's $13 million guaranteed, $13 million guaranteed. But it says Barnett's 2-year deal with the Eagles worth up to $14 million. But you can also look at it as a 1-year deal worth $5.5 million. The Eagles will have some flexibility to move on after 2022 if it doesn't work out. Then it says even if Barnett plays through. If Barnett plays through the 2-year deal, his average per year comes out to $7 million, which ranks 37th in NFL amongst edge rushers. So if he plays 2 years, it averages $7 million a year. That's way too much. Way too much to pay this guy. For 2.5 sacks, I'm not liking it. With that said, Denzel Washington out.